Welcome to Organizational Behavior Management 280, offered online by Harper College, utilizing Blackboard Course Management System 9.1. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. This week we're going to be covering Chapter 1 and 2. All right, let's go over. This is the first week, introducing the week. Most of you should have by this time already looked at my orientation video to the left in Blackboard, where it says orientation, online orientation, and when you click on that button, you'll have a short video that explains my whole philosophy for online and template for how the online classes will work. Also, when you go underneath that button, underneath there, you'll see a PowerPoint presentation for Kinect. That'll explain how to log into Kinect, how to move in and what to Kinect, what to expect utilizing Kinect integrated software. Okay, so what do we have this week? This week we're going to do, you're already into the weekly module, so you're already in there. You will have, we'll be reading chapter 1, which is basically a general overview of the whole book. It talks about social capital, human capital. Remember, in organizations, organizational behavior, how you approach this book, this course over the Management 111 that talked about all the different functionalities about business and tied that all in together. Management 111, Introduction to Business. How this course is looking at, you're going to start looking at organizational behavior of a company. A company has its own personality. Each classroom has its own personality. This virtual online course, the students will be going to the forums, you're going to find out has its own personality. So why do I need to understand the organizational personality? Because of this personality, when we hire individuals, when we look at the mission statement, when we do a lot of other things, we'll understand that the people we bring in and how the people that we bring in communicate within this organization. What do they expect? What is the formal, informal structure of the organization? What are the promotional techniques in the organization? How does the organization communicate outside the organization? All this is basically organizational behavior. When I understand how an organization behaves, I could sell to it, I could have interactions with it, I could network with it, but I have to understand the organization has its own psychic, its own personality. Okay, so this is what this course is. So, okay, human capital. How do I get this human capital? What's e-business? How does an organization come across on the internet? What are 21st century managers? Most organizations going forward are not the autocratic type of management anymore. It's more of a team base. It's more of international. It's more of a global type of international. Because that's just how it happens. Okay, so that's chapter 1. Now when we go into chapter 2, socialization. Socialization. When I bring new people into an organization, how do I get those individuals to understand the culture, understand what this company is about, understand the mission statement, understand my ethical value, understand my customers. That's part of the socialization process. Part of the socialization, how do I get people to understand the company and work well within a company? I will assign a mentor. When you look at the mentors, most mentors that you assign will basically walk through the same path that you've walked through. So when you look at the mentor, you try to find a mentor that kind of will relate with the individual. When you're reading this, you're going to find out that women mentors are lacking in the corporate world. There's a glass ceiling, so there's not that many women managers in the middle ranks. So how do I bring these new middle managers, females, and who mentors them? For lack of better things, it has to be mentored by a man. But remember, as a gentleman, I have different techniques, different styles how I manage. May not work well with a female manager. I'm not saying that they could not take on the same attributes as a man. That is not what I'm saying. It's just that we have different personality. It'd be hard for me to mentor a woman when they're looking. Here's the barriers you're going to have to overcome, not being a female. But anyway, for a short story, right now there's lacking female mentors, and there's more as women are going into that position, and you are the middle manager. Always think, help other females coming up. Not only females, you also help males. I mean, I don't want you to be saying, I'm only going to bring all females up. That's not the intent of mentorship. You're just trying to find someone that basically walked the same shoes you did, so you'll know what to overcome or what to look out for when you're in that position. Okay, so it's going to talk about different layers of culture. It's going to talk about organizational culture. It's going to talk, Freeman's got the 3 organization, socialization. How do I bring people into that? So remember, very interesting chapter. And when we look at it, when you first got hired, this is how companies basically bring people in. They have an orientation, they bring people in, they show them different things, and the whole thing is socializing, bringing them in so they understand how the company functions. So that's chapter 2. Chapter 3, we're going to look at global managers. When I look at global managers, I'm looking at expatriate. When you look at expatriate, those are people who are geared, are ready to go overseas assignment. Most overseas assignments, not for 1 year, 2 years, but 3 or 4 years. For you to understand the culture, thoroughly understand the culture, you have to be immense with that culture. So when you're going to that culture, you understand what's going to happen. You're going to learn about ecocentrism. Basically, everyone thinks my culture is the best culture, and you're going to find out there's other cultures that are just as good as your cultures, or maybe even better. So as a global manager, he or she is looking at the whole world and say, hey, let's get the best of all these managers, because our workforce are coming from a global perspective. Okay, so you have that. You have cultural intelligence. Look at the global project. It's basically when you're because you have some questions on that the global project is basically set up in 160 different countries. It's IBM did a thing on the global management, and it's really interesting. It gives you a good perspective. So now, from a company's perspective, which managers do I bring in that basically will present that corporate image, that personality that I want going forward? Okay, so if I look at this, so that's basically the corporate management. Okay, so that's basically your 3 readings, your 3 chapters. What I want you to understand now, so here's how this week's going to go through. You're going to do the forums. You're going to have 2 forums. The first forum, for this is the first week, it's a quick intro. Say, hey, George, hey, Dr. M, my name is, what do you call it, Melissa. I've had you in another class, or whatever. Just talk a little bit. Just introduce yourself into the thing, tell them something different. It's just so everyone in this virtual office, even though you're not meeting people, but you're still meeting them in a different kind of a platform. You're on an internet platform, similar to what a lot of times you will meet different people online within the corporation, because they're in different areas of the company. Okay, so we have that. So you're gonna, so you have that first forum is intro forum. The next forum is you're gonna do an assessment. Quick 10-question assessment, and then you're going to post your responses on the forum. How my forum work? Now, this is the main forum. This one's going to be worth some point. This forum, I want you to respond to other students, and I want you to respond to them not all at one time, but within the days. What I'm trying to do is help you develop your networking capabilities, and how to network and communicate within a business. Within a business, you're not communicating to all your customers, your bosses, your client all on Saturday, because that's the day I'm going to go online. You're doing it within the week. So you're required to log in 3 times in a week, and each time you log in, you'll respond to 2 or 3 other students. That's how you're going to get your point. So your forums are going to be graded. How are you going to grade your forums? I'm going to grade your forums by your first post, about 30-40%. If it's worth 15 points, your first post is answering my question. After that, so I'll give you a grade, and then you respond to 2 or 3 students at the same time. Next time you post, again, let's say your first post is on Tuesday, next time you post is going to be on a Wednesday. I will up your grade. So out of the 15, you'll see first post will be 7 points. Next post will be 8, until you get all 3 posts and everything else. I'm looking for a total of 3 separate logins and 3 interactions with other students within the forum. Remember, the forum is like a replacing the lecture. So when you finish your post and everything else, you're still required to read everyone else's posts. Like I have to read everyone else's posts. You might have to respond to them, but this way you have a general idea, adjust what's going on within the company or within this forum. Okay. Now the other thing you have to do, and then this thing that you have to do, you have your readings, your forums. So this week you have 2 forums that worth 25 points, and the last post will be on a Saturday. I won't read any more forums after that, so you have to be interactive within there. Then you're going to, after you did your readings, you're going to do your Kinect. The Kinect basically is interactive software. It has some drag and drop. It has some, what do you call it? It has some drag and drop. Oops, sorry. Drop that. It has some drag and drop. It also has, what do you call it? Technology. I got other things running in here. I'm just trying to turn it off. It has drag and drop. It has programs that you could look at. It has videos that you'll do some questions. Now the thing with Kinect are easy points, just like the forums are easy points. So you get 25 points. The Kinect you get 20 points. What you do with the Kinect reading are basically you can do them over as many times as you do. You do the Kinect, you read the chapters, do the Kinect, you submit it, and you find, hey, I only get 15 out of 20. Let's try it again. And now the second time around, you get more points. So you until you get to the maximum amount of points. Okay, so those are easy points. Now you finished everything. By Saturday or Sunday, the latest, you're going to do your quiz. Now the quiz basically is set up on. If I look at the quiz are basically set up to respond. You've done the readings, you've done the forums, you've done the connects, and now let's see, do you actually know the knowledge? So the tests, the quiz is a one-time deal. You take it and it's finished, and then now I know that you actually know the knowledge, and you go on to the next week. Okay, so that's what we have for the week. Interesting week. So you're gonna log in every week. Same thing. Log in, do the readings, do the connects, do the forums, do the quiz, do any kind of assessment, and then you go on to next week. Once this week is over with, it's turned off, and it's time for your next week. Just like at work, you have to do. We'll later on talk about your research paper. Start thinking about any topic within this book, a research paper, and I'll go on. So again, welcome to week one, covering chapter 1 and 2 and 3. Let's see, you have your Connect, you have your readings, you have your quizzes, you have your assessments, and we should be all done. So I'll see you in the forum a little bit. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Organizational Behavior online, offered by Harper College, utilizing Blackboard Course Management System 9.1, and I'll see you in the forum. I'm Dr. George Mochocki. Bye.